Now you need to hear it. Her life background story. There's something you don't know about her. Something she never says out loud. Something she keeps locked away behind that soft smile and those bright eyes. She doesn't talk about it. Not because she's hiding, but because the world has taught her that people only care about the pretty parts of her story. But if you really want to understand her, if you really want to love her the way she deserves, now you need to hear it. Her life, her past, the parts of her that she's never told you before. Because she isn't just the woman you see now. She is the sum of everything she's been through. And once you know the truth, you'll never look at her the same way again. She wasn't always this strong. People call her strong, independent, fearless. But she wasn't born that way. She became that way. She grew up learning that love wasn't always kind, that trust could be broken in an instant, that sometimes the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones who hurt you the most. She learned to hide her pain behind laughter, to keep moving forward, even when she was breaking inside, to never let anyone see how much she was struggling. Because in her world, weakness wasn't an option, and love was something she learned to be careful with. She's been let down more times than she can count. She knows what it feels like to be abandoned, to be left waiting for a call that never comes, to be told she's too much or too difficult, when all she ever did was love deeply, to give her heart to someone only to watch them walk away without a second thought. That's why she hesitates before letting people in. That's why she sometimes pulls away when things start to feel too good. Not because she doesn't want love, but because she's terrified of losing it, of losing you. She's not perfect, but she loves with everything she has. She's been through hell and back, but she still believes in love. She still hopes that one day someone will choose her and never stop choosing her. She still loves like she's never been hurt, even though she's been hurt more than she'll ever admit. She doesn't need someone to fix her. She doesn't need someone to rescue her. She just needs someone who sees her. Someone who doesn't run when they see the scars beneath her smile. Someone who understands that she is both fragile and unbreakable at the same time. Someone who loves her, not just for the strong woman she is today, but for the girl she used to be. The girl who fought through everything and still found a way to shine. So if you love her, love all of her. Not just the good parts. Not just the moments when she's laughing and carefree. Not just the version of her that the world sees. Love the girl who survived things she never talks about. Love the woman who still carries the weight of her past, but refuses to let it define her. Love her for her strength, but also for the moments when she doesn't want to be strong anymore. Because if you're lucky enough to have her in your life, you need to hear her story. You need to understand her past. You need to love her for everything she is. And if you can't do that, then don't love her at all. Now you need to hear it. The truth about her life. You see her now. Strong, confident, unshaken. You see the way she carries herself, how she speaks with certainty, how she walks like she knows exactly where she's going. But you don't know the full story. Because she wasn't always this way. She didn't wake up one morning and become the woman you see today. She became her through pain, through loss, through battles she never talks about. And now, if you truly want to understand her, if you truly care about her, you need to hear it. The story she never tells. She learned to survive before she learned to live. She grew up in a world that didn't make things easy for her. She learned early that life wasn't fair, that love wasn't always safe, that trust could be a dangerous thing. She saw people leave before they ever got the chance to prove they would stay. She heard words that made her question if she was ever truly wanted. She felt the sting of being second choice, of being forgotten, of being left to figure things out on her own. So she toughened up, not because she wanted to, but because she had no other choice. She became the girl who never asked for help, the girl who held in her tears until she was alone. The girl who told herself that if no one was going to protect her, she would do it herself. And that's exactly what she did. She's loved and lost more than you know. She has a big heart, but she's learned to be careful with it, because she's loved people who didn't love her back. She's given her time to those who only took her for granted. She's been let down in ways that made her question if love was even real. And the worst part, she didn't just lose people. She lost parts of herself trying to keep them. That's why she hesitates now. That's why she takes her time before letting someone in. Not because she doesn't want love, but because she knows what it feels like when it's ripped away. And she's not sure if she can survive that again. She's not looking for a hero. She just wants someone who stays. She's spent too much time saving herself to ever need someone to rescue her. She doesn't want a love that feels like a fairy tale. She wants one that feels real. She doesn't need grand gestures, empty promises, or words that sound nice but mean nothing. She just needs consistency. Someone who shows up, someone who listens when she speaks, someone who sees all of her, the strength, the scars, the walls she's built, and loves her anyway. Because the truth, she's tired of being strong all the time. She's tired of pretending she doesn't need anyone. She just wants a love that feels safe, a love that doesn't make her question her worth, a love that doesn't leave. If you want to love her, you have to understand her. She is not like everyone else. She loves differently. She moves differently. She protects herself differently, because she had to learn, the hard way, that the world is not always kind. So if you want her, if you truly want to be a part of her life, you need to know her story. You need to understand the girl she used to be. You need to respect the woman she has become. And most importantly, you need to prove that you're not just another chapter of pain in her life. Because if you can't do that, then don't waste her time. Now you need to hear it. The truth about her past. You think you know her. You see the way she smiles, the way she carries herself, the way she makes everything seem effortless. But there's more. There's a story behind those eyes. A past she doesn't talk about. A version of her that existed long before she became the woman you see today. And if you truly want to understand her, you need to hear it. Because she is not just who she is now. She is everything she's survived. She grew up learning that love could be conditional. She wasn't raised on fairy tales. She didn't grow up believing that love was soft, safe, or forever. Instead, she learned that love could be taken away, that people leave, that promises don't always mean what they should, that sometimes the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones who hurt you the most. She learned that love, for her, often came with conditions. Be good and maybe they'll stay. Don't ask for too much or you'll push them away. Don't expect consistency because love is never guaranteed. So she learned to expect nothing. She learned to give but never take, to love but never ask for love in return, to exist in people's lives without ever truly belonging to anyone. And over time she built walls so high that even she forgot how to let someone in. She had to fight for everything she has. Nothing in her life was handed to her. She worked for it. She fought for it. She clawed her way out of situations that would have broken someone else. She's been counted out more times than she can remember. People have underestimated her. People have used her kindness against her. People have walked away when she needed them most. But she never let it destroy her. Because if there's one thing about her, she doesn't quit. Even when life knocked her down. Even when the world made her feel small. Even when she had every reason to give up, she got back up, and she built herself from the ground up alone. She still believes in love, but she's careful with it. She's been hurt before. She's loved people who never truly saw her. She's given her heart to those who didn't know how to hold it. She stayed longer than she should have in places where she was never really wanted, and that's why she's different now. She doesn't fall easily. She doesn't trust words. She watches actions. She doesn't get excited over promises. She waits to see who actually keeps them. Not because she's bitter. Not because she doesn't want love. but because she values herself too much to let anyone make her feel less than she is ever again. She's not looking for someone to save her. She doesn't need saving. She spent her entire life saving herself. She doesn't need someone to fix her. She doesn't need someone to complete her. She doesn't need empty words or temporary affection. She just needs real. Someone who doesn't make her feel like she has to prove her worth. Someone who doesn't disappear when things get complicated. Someone who understands that love is more than just words. It's a choice you make every single day. If you want to love her, you need to know her story, because she's not just another girl. She's someone who has been through hell and still chooses to be kind. She's someone who has every reason to be guarded, but still hopes for something real. She's someone who will give you her whole heart, but only if you prove you're worthy of it. So if you want her, if you really want her, love her completely. Love the strong woman she is today, but also the girl she used to be. Love her enough to never make her question whether you're staying, because if you can't do that, walk away now. She's been through too much to waste her time on anything less than real. Now you need to hear it. The truth about her life, before you met her, before she ever looked at you the way she does now, before she learned to trust you, she was someone else. Not because she was pretending, but because life had shaped her into someone who had to protect herself before she ever got the chance to be soft. You see her now, strong, confident, unshaken. But if you really want to love her, if you really want to understand her, then you need to hear this. Because she is not just the woman you see today. She is everything she survived. She wasn't always this guarded. Once upon a time, she was the girl who trusted too easily. She believed in promises. She believed in forever. She believed that love was something that could fix everything. But the world, it taught her otherwise. She learned that people say things they don't mean, that love can be temporary, that sometimes the ones who claim they'll never leave are the first to walk away. So she stopped believing in words. She stopped trusting effortlessly. She stopped waiting for someone to save her. And that's when she became the woman you see now. The woman who learned to rely on herself. She has loved deeply and lost even deeper. She has loved people who didn't know how to love her back. She has stayed longer than she should have, hoping that maybe, just maybe, this time would be different. She has given her heart, piece by piece, to those who only knew how to take, and every time she told herself it would be the last time. The last time she would let someone in. The last time she would believe in love. The last time she would let her heart lead instead of her mind. But no matter how much pain she's endured, she never stopped hoping. She still believes in love. She just doesn't trust it so easily anymore. She built herself from the ground up. Nothing in her life came easy. She fought for everything, her peace, her happiness, her strength. She knows what it's like to struggle. She knows what it's like to have no one to count on but herself. She knows what it's like to be at her lowest and still find a way to rise. So don't mistake her independence for not needing love. She wants it. She craves it. She deserves it. She just won't settle for anything less than what she gives. She needs something real, or nothing at all. She's not interested in half love. She doesn't want someone who only stays when it's easy. She doesn't have time for uncertainty, for mixed signals, for love that makes her question her worth. She needs a love that is consistent, a love that makes her feel safe, a love that doesn't make her chase, beg, or shrink herself just to be enough, because she spent too many years believing she had to earn love. Now, she knows her worth. If you want to love her, you need to accept her past, because she is not just the woman standing in front of you. She is the girl she used to be. She is the battles she fought. She is the pain she overcame. So if you want her, love all of her. Love her past, her scars, her fears, her hesitations. Love her without conditions, without expectations. without making her feel like she has to prove she's worth staying for, because if you can't do that, then let her go now. She's come too far to love someone who doesn't understand what it took to become the woman she is today, and she won't let herself be broken again.